Yep, look at that sad puppy dog. Look at him. Look like he lost his race. Well, if we work like a machine, he can lose his race. Vote for Marcel Dixon. Let's kick Jim Clyburn, the Negro Whisperer, the Negro Pied Piper, Coonzilla himself, to the curb. Got some news about James Clyburn. Let's get into it. Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you. Well, good day, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show on the GO. The Bobby Brown Show on the GO. And I know my computer ain't going to be tripping on me like this when I need to talk about this particular article that I saw in the news concerning James Clyburn. So just hang in there with the brother and we'll get this thing going. Let me get this article back up. How's everybody doing today? I know it's been a while since I've been up here, but I got these stories, man, a whole bunch on James Clyburn because I got a target on him. The guy can't be in office no more. He can't. He's one of the biggest roadblocks for the black community in getting reparations. And as reparationalists, we can't have that. He got to go. He has to go. All right, so let me kind of pull myself up here. Give me a second. All right, good day. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show on the go. I'm going to make this as quick as I can, but this story needs to be talked about today. It is very important. Before I get into anything, fair use. In good faith, this work contains fair use of copyright and non-copyright images from the public domain and the web for non-commercial or non-profit educational purpose. This work is distributed free of charge. The author has neither monetized his work nor sought any profit from its distribution. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-private educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This work contains original work of commentary and critical analysis. Quotations are attributed to the original author and its sources. So in other words, DNC, chairperson of my state or any other state that may be or people that's working on the campaign to James Clyburn, don't think you're going to smack this. Don't think you're going to stop this message. Because folks, if you don't say it up here, you can go to bed, shoot one of these other ones. We'll see what happens. I don't put a lot of content there unless we're getting ready to talk about something serious or they took down one of the videos. And that's why I always back up. I pre-record sometimes these videos because they're going to try to shut me up because James Clyburn is their boy. He is their boy. It's proven through Professor Black Truth videotapes about his fish fry and how he just allow a certain segment of society to just charm him. And anyway, we're going to get into this article because it's not about that. It's about this article right here. Clyburn Inc. This is from the Economic Times News. Now I know Robert said, Robert, you're going with right-wing media news. Like the left-wing media news don't lie. Right wing lie, left wing lie. But this is a story, and this story is not being reported on. You're not going to hear it on MSNBC. You're not going to hear about it on Fox News, and it should be reported. Clyburn Inc. records reveal a South Carolina Dem of spending $200K campaign funds on family members. See, James Clyburn care about his family. All he care about is his family. As long as his family is good, he's good. He don't give a crap about your family. He don't crap about your family climbing the social ladder or the financial ladder, but he definitely does for his. House Majority Whip Representative James Clyburn has reportedly spent marketing campaign cash on his close kin and breached the party codes of conduct. A review of the campaign record found this. The South Carolina Dem expenditure was shared with his kins, including 2 daughters, husbands, and grandsons. Jennifer Clyburn, the South Carolina Dem's daughter. Now understand, he has one daughter that worked her way through him politically, and to kiss his behind, she got jobs on all kind of telecommunication board of directors, and she don't know nothing about telecommunications. She just happened to be James Clyburn child. See, this stuff runs rampant in the Democratic Party, but it runs rampant in the Republican Party too. But this is the same crap that Joe Biden's son did, Hunter Biden, when he got on that board with Barishna. Cheating on his wife, banning his wife and kids, whoring around and spending all that money he was getting. This dude was getting $50,000 a month just for nothing. Short for a couple of millions, that's that. These people are paying these people money to get access to people in power. And this money is going to James Clyburn's daughter as a favor, or his kids as a favor, so James Clyburn can give these people access to the president. You talking about illegal? Illegal to the core. Carolina Dem's daughter, the South Carolina Dem's daughter, has pocketed most of the cash and is said to have benefited the most. Between 2020 July and December, she has cashed out approximately $45,000 under the veil of the campaign management fee. She has cashed out approximately $45,000 under the veil, which means probably a fake organization, but under the veil of campaign management fee. So when have we started charging a campaign management fee? See, this is why we need to go back to the rule where there's no big money in politics. Because this is the stuff that moved the agenda opposite of the people, but toward the way of corporations. And believe me, what's her name, Minnie Clyburn or whatever her name, and the rest of Clyburn's kids, they all are benefiting off of this, but your kid's not getting anything. This isn't the end. Jennifer has also taken thousands of dollars faking under the guise of office rent. Faking under the guise or office rent, just a disguise of office rent. However, the rent checks were not made directly to her. Of course, they're not going to make it directly to her. That's just a blatant violation of law. So they're going to find some way to launder the money. Instead, they were sent to a limited liability company owned by her. So here she is. She owned this limited liability company, and she need money, especially dealing with this campaign. They can't give it her outright because that's against the law. There's some restrictions on that. So what he have to do is he have to act like he's donating or whatever to her company. The federal record showed that South Carolina Dem campaign has dished out $62,000 stating as a payment for rent, $62,000 as payment for rent to a company named 49 Magnolia Blossom LLC. 49 Magnolia Blossom LLC. This series of payments have, look, that's most of me and you make together. And they making it rain on people out here. The series of payments has been going on since March 2020. When investigated, the South Carolina business record revealed that Walter A. Reed, named after a hospital, Jennifer's husband, is the owner of the liability company. So here we got some contingent, what's her name? Brown, out in Ohio, did the same thing with her boyfriend. Giving them money. Taking campaign money and giving it to him. James Clyburn's daughter is doing the same thing. The liability company address is the same as the South Carolina Dems' daughter and son-in-law home address. According to Richland County property records, the duo had purchased the home in February 2003, but reportedly sold it in 2021. In May, a few weeks after Walter and Jennifer had sold their home, a payment of $650 was made in the name of office maintenance lighting in the first 3 months of 2020. 49 Magnum Blossom LLC has received $7,500 from the South Carolina Dems campaign. So this organization is receiving this money. Other records show that between April 2018 and April 2019, Angela Hannibal, South Carolina Dems' other daughter, has canted more than $20,000 for catering, truck rentals, voter outreach, and canvassing. Cecil Hannibal, Angela's husband, has also cashed out, good God almighty, everybody getting paid, has also cashed out $70,000 from the South Carolina Dems campaign for community and district outreach and travel remunerations. So these sum up to $200,000 that the Clyburns had pushed to his family members. This South Carolina Dem swung the 2020 election in favor of Joe Biden in the Palmetto State and showed him the path to the White House. That's a lie. That's a lie. We already went over that. The reason that man won South Carolina is because Kamala Harris stepped out, because Joe promised Kamala Harris VP. Because if Kamala did not step out or Joe did not step down, which Joe ain't going to step down, it was split the vote among Dems, and Progressive would have took the lead in South Carolina. Jennifer Clyburn's daughter, formerly a teacher, was nominated as the federal co-chair of the Southeast Crescent Regional Commission by Biden last year. Favor. In December last year, the Senate approved her position. This case is nothing novel in history. Many Democrats and Republicans have spent their campaign funds on their family members. While this is strictly prohibited, federal lawmakers are also open to inviting their family members to the marketing campaign. James Clyburn is South Carolina Democratic Majority Whip. He has two-time Majority Whip. Clyburn is just who he is. And at the bottom, the biggest coon south of Clayton Bigsby. Biggest coon south of Clayton Bigsby. The South Carolina Dem has also given his grandson, Walter A.C. Reed, thousands of dollars every month for the campaign management fee. Reed had received 6 payments from his grandfather, estimating up $21,000 in the first quarter. Let me repeat that now. Reed has received 6 payments from his grandfather's campaign cash, estimating up to $21,000 in the first quarter. Up to. Clyburn made his first check to Reed in October 2021. The highest value is $35,000. So man, they look. The Clyburns are just finding James Clyburn. He wasn't given this power. Of course, the people in the South Carolina keep getting hoodwinked and voting for him because they figure it's better than any Republican, when it's really not. It's just the same. He's Republican. He's a black Republican. He's Scott. He's Clarence Thomas. He's all that. Probably worse, because he happily will run his people over the bus. He'll roll over people with the bus. A little tired of just got work. But shame on them. Shame on these politicians. The people out here paying their tax dollars or donating to them for their campaign, and he's going to spend on his kids. Not as a salary for passing out flyers or whatnot, knocking on doors, but man, they was funneling this money into some big companies. And this the guy you think needs another term, when Marshall Dixon right there is fighting for black people. And ain't taking no joke and ain't making no excuses and wants to challenge James Clyburn, but James Clyburn too much of a punk, and we're going to do a series called James Clyburn is a Punk. He's too punk to face Marshall Dixon, because Marshall Dixon will wipe the floor with James Clyburn. When last time he had a debate? And why are you trying to make it where I ain't got to take a rebate? I ain't got to do a rebate. I'm not doing no debate. That's that Donald Trump crap. Scared to debate somebody because you might get your butt spanked. I don't like debating. I'm not a good debater. But when it comes to an issue, we're going to talk about an issue. And this here is an issue. We got this powerful senator, supposed to be the Negro whisperer, supposed to be the kingmaker, and he making it rain all over his family members while you and your kids are not getting what they want, especially when it comes to reparation. We're going to be dealing with Clyburn all week about reparation and all that, because that son of a gun got to go. He got to go. I don't know what you got to do in South Carolina, but that guy has never been in your interest. You go check his record. He's never been in your interest. You get a chance to go listen to Marcel Dixon. He goes over James Clyburn record. That man ain't never did nothing for you, but gave you some free fish and some grits, cheese grits with some shrimp in it, probably. Yeah, I love some grits with catfish and with some cheese. And look, I would have went out there to see James Clyburn too, ate all his food, and still tell him reparations or you will lose your job. Mark my word, anybody out there, if you ain't supporting reparations, don't come up with no excuse. Don't come talking about no HR 40. Don't come talking about black and brown or none of that crap. If you're not focused on, and you depending on the black vote, kiss your seat. Kiss your seat. Kiss your seat. Goodbye.